Back in 2017, I made a video about how I got an HP Omen. I got that HP Omen on May 29th, 2017, and a couple of weeks later, I finally started making the Let's Play for Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, which was the first of about 226 Let's Plays, give or take, that I would make in about 5 years and change. Some of these Let's Plays have yet to appear on the channel. I also ended up making over 3,000 wrestling recaps of wrestling shows both old and mostly new with it, but that's a story for another time. Unfortunately, time does not stand still forever, and neither does the operational status of a computer. Computers eventually break down and stop working, although that was not the reason I replaced the Omen. Trust me, the Omen is still in working condition, and I can still use it if I were to plug everything back in and turn it on. It was the first desktop I ever had that was a joy to use, and while it wasn't the most powerful thing around, it could still handle whatever I threw at it while simultaneously making the desktop I had before that, a really weak gateway, look even more weak than it already was. On August 4th, 2022, I finally made up my mind to purchase an HP Pavilion. It was either this or an HP Envy, which amazingly looked just like the Pavilion with different colors and had similar specs, despite being only a couple $100 cheaper. The only difference was that the Envy had Intel HD graphics, while the Pavilion had Intel UHD graphics. About $1,500 and 2 days later, thanks to the magic of FedEx, the HP Pavilion finally made it to my door. It would be a full day and an hour of free time after getting the laundry done before I finally got the computer set up and ready to go. This one is pretty beefy in power compared to the Omen, and even though I could do better, I do like what I have. The first and most noticeable thing to mention about this is the 256 gigabyte solid state drive. And while it may not seem like much, there are SSDs that come in 2 terabyte sizes, even though they can be pretty expensive. The performance difference between a traditional hard drive like the one I had on the Omen and a solid state drive is very, very noticeable. I can set up and render a video much more quickly compared to the Omen, and my editing software gives me very, very few problems now that it's on a solid state drive that can load things up rather quickly. This computer is pretty fast, even faster than the Omen too. An i7 Intel microprocessor with 2.5 gigahertz and 8 cores, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, and I feel like I needed more speed and more RAM, and if I need to, I can always upgrade to 32 GB of DDR4. Thankfully, I do have a traditional 2 terabyte SATA HDD to store all of my stuff on. Since Windows is on the solid state drive, I can put anything I want on it, and I don't have to worry about any of Windows files being in the way. I might as well mention what other things I want to do with the PC. I want to upgrade to another Elgato capture device, and hopefully to the HD60 or HD60S. I had fun going up to PlayStation 3 with a Let's Play that has yet to pop up on this channel. Spoiler alert, I finally play a PS3 game for the internet. And I like to see what games I would like to play on more modern consoles. I have to admit, I almost have a hankering to buy a Nintendo Switch and a copy of Super Mario Odyssey just to get all the moons in that game. There are other games in the Ratchet & Clank series that I'd love to play. Heck, there's even a few mascot platformer games like Kaze and the Wild Masks, Yooka-Laylee, and Clive and Wrench that I want to give a shot for the internet, just to name a few. Of course, this will take some time, especially when I've just purchased a new computer to replace the one that I've used for the last 5 years. Even as I do this, and even after I start playing games on more modern consoles, I still want to make older games the spotlight and the centerpiece of this channel. I still feel like there are a lot of vintage games from the past couple of decades for me to discover for the first time, as well as games to rediscover that I haven't played in a good long time. I even have a few Let's Plays that I've been wanting to do for quite some time now, such as Chrono Trigger and Brave Fencer Musashi, and I definitely want to play those while I still can. That's it for this update. Until the next one, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!